What the fuck is good, guys? I'm back with another video. I'm Ridiculed. Today we're gonna be going in on MrBeast. Apparently, the situation has just gotten worse, so we're gonna check it out. Personally, I want to say something before I begin. I have personally watched MrBeast since he was a very small content creator, probably around 50,000 to 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I've watched him that long. So MrBeast is kind of my guy. I mean, I don't really condone anything that he has done. I don't know what he's done, but I know some of the people around him are pretty shady. So, but like I said, man, I love MrBeast. He's cool. But let's go into depth on some of this and see what's up with this.
MrBeast has just been sued by 5 people in a class action lawsuit, and it's not looking good. This lawsuit is regarding Beast Games and MrBeast's Amazon show. So as usual, we're just gonna go over all of the news so you guys are up to date. So last video, we talked about how OG YouTubers like DanTDM were calling out MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul for using their audience as money bags and trying to sell them garbage, ultra-processed food. They came out with a Lunchables
Yeah, that shit is a ripoff, bro. You get a little ass bottle of Prime. You get a chocolate bar that tastes like shit. I've tasted it. It doesn't taste that good. It tastes like half of what a fucking Hershey bar tastes like. And the pizza, it's literally just the same shit Lunchable uses. If you're gonna buy a Lunchable, buy a Lunchable, not a fucking Lunchly. Yeah, that's that.
Competitor called Lunchly and got massive backlash by the entire internet. If you want the in-depth story, you can watch my previous video. But since then, we have several updates. KSI, Logan, and MrBeast have all responded to DanTDM separately. Another OG YouTuber, Jacksepticeye, has chimed in once again. And the entirety of Twitter is absolutely cooking all 3 of the scumbag trio. This is so satisfying, man, finally. So let's start with the lawsuit. Here we have an article by Variety.
I've always hated
MrBeast and
KSI for some
Amazon
reason.
sued by contestants on Beast Games competition show with allegations including sexual harassment and chronic mistreatment. Here we have a redacted copy of the complaint. It's 54 pages, so obviously I'm not gonna go through all of that. But basically the contestants are California residents. One is a US resident, I guess. And then the complaints are for failure to pay minimum wages. That's crazy. Liquidated damages for failure to pay minimum wages, failure to pay overtime, failure to prevent harassment, negligent infliction of emotional distress, failure to provide uninterrupted meal breaks, uninterrupted rest breaks.
Who the fuck is this on? Is this on MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul? I completely missed who the fuck.
Pay wages promptly upon termination, false advertising, unfair business practices, basically a bunch of stuff that's not good that we pretty much covered in the previous videos as well, if you've been watching my 50-piece saga
God
over
damn,
here.
bro's
Several
been
contestants
farming.
ended up hospitalized while others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for the female contestants, hostile working conditions. From one of the female plaintiffs, I wanted to join because I was a fan of MrBeast and his videos made me smile during the pandemic. I expected to be challenged, but I didn't think I would be treated like nothing, less than nothing. As one of the women, I can say it absolutely felt like a hostile environment for us. We honestly could not have been respected less as people, much less employees if they tried. Okay, so obviously this is a huge deal. We've talked about this in several videos before, talked about the unsafe conditions in the MrBeast challenges, where allegedly contestants ended up in the hospital, were denied medication, and much more. And I distinctly remember when I covered it, okay, there were a lot of comments saying, oh, stop covering this, oh, this isn't important, oh, they were just texts, oh, the people are just saying that for clout. Focus on the real allegations. Meanwhile, I literally talked to several contestants on Beast Games in private who all, you know, reached.
Weren't some of these contestants supposed to be employees of MrBeast's team? Pretty sure they were, if I'm not wrong.
out to me and shared the stories. They just wanted to be anonymous, so that's why I didn't post it on my channel. But yeah, bing bang bong, what did I say? It's now a freaking lawsuit, and probably the biggest headache that MrBeast has right now, alright? So it's not a trivial situation to have contestants allegedly hospitalized, alright? When you make a big production like this, you gotta be prepared and take care of everyone, because obviously in physical challenges there's gonna be rough housing and you gotta protect people, obviously. Here's what people are saying. He'll reply to Drama Alert about feastables but not serious allegations. The downfall has begun. It actually started 2 months ago if you watch the More Pegasus channel. Craziest part is not even paying minimum wages. That is just insanity from someone like MrBeast, who hands away 10K supposedly randomly. We even got Rosanna Pansino chiming in once again. The stories I've continued to hear are heartbreaking. I talked to a few executives at major networks that ran away from funding Beast Games because Jimmy wanted full control. The way he treats people in private is disgusting. And she's tagged YouTube. What if Amazon sues him to recoup their losses and to get out of releasing the show? That would probably end his career. Well, Jay just gave Amazon a brilliant idea.
I don't think anything would end his career. Because if you look at how much he makes around 22 million a month on fucking Social Blade. I don't know how accurate that is, but if that's even relatively somewhat fucking accurate, anything Amazon sues him for, it's not really gonna hurt MrBeast. I mean, any other content creator, yeah, maybe, but I mean, the guy gets fucking 150 million on his least viewed videos on YouTube. You know how much fucking money that is? You know how much money he makes from his other shit on the side, bro? Oh my god, bro, suing him? Yeah, right, okay. Unless they sue him for like fucking $2 billion, it's not really gonna do much.
I don't know if they can do that, but I don't know, bro. Turns out the story is going even more mainstream. CNN is now covering the story on their homepage. Here we got an article by CNN. MrBeast production company and Amazon are being sued for alleged harassment of contestants on his reality show. Now imagine MrBeast is sweating right now because he wants to avoid a PR disaster by absolutely all means, and it is just not going his way. Everybody's covering it. He seems to keep
me personally, I want to know who they harassed, how they harassed them, and when they harassed them. Personally. Because I don't know to what extent this harassment is of, but it just seems like they're trying to hit them with random shit. I don't know.
Messing up over and over and over again, and turns out the lawsuit is probably gonna get worse because MrBeast actually ignored everybody's warnings and continued to film his Beast Game show, and another disaster has happened. A MrBeast crew member was allegedly hospitalized on September the 11th after part of a tower at Beast Games collapsed on them while filming. The accident took place at the end of filming on September 11 when a
So if the harassment, I think reading this, I might have gotten a little bit of explanation on that. So if the harassment is MrBeast just telling them to do something, or telling them to finish something, or even remotely somewhat similar to that, I mean, he's running a game show. I mean, what do you want him to do? You want him to just stop filming because that one person doesn't want to fucking film? I mean, the bro is almost $1 billion company. I mean, yeah, I get it. Some people don't have some people aren't comfortable doing certain things, but I mean, when you're that large, bro, I mean, honestly, at that point, just have people sign something or something like that, man. Like, I mean, look at it though. Realistically, you can't just walk in and on a game show like this and just back out, bro. Like, he's this big and he's trying to make content. He doesn't have time to fucking sit around. Oh, you don't want to play? Okay, then why'd you show up? I don't know if that's a bad take, but that's honestly what I feel. I don't know.
6x6 piece of a tower fell on the unnamed person. This guy went from MrBeast for president to the most hated YouTuber in a span of a month. Here's one of the people reporting the story. Steven says, I can now confirm that at the end of filming on September 11, a 6-foot by 6-foot piece of the tower at the Beast Games fell on the crew member. Emergency services were called and they were brought to the hospital where they still remain. A MrBeast spokesperson declined to comment. Obviously, gotta decline to comment there. Oh, a crew member is borderline about to die? No comment, no comment. So obviously this is why people were actually concerned with MrBeast not taking safety precautions when doing his massive challenges. Kind of just wants the thing to happen at any cost. He invests millions of dollars into these little shows, but apparently not looking after people's safety, because people's safety doesn't really earn any money. Somebody said, not while filming. This honestly happens all the time when sets are taken down. Not giving Amazon and Jimmy a free pass, but if this happened on America's Got Talent, it wouldn't even be news. This is absolutely not the normal. Yeah, I don't think people are regularly being sent to the hospital after towers break and fall on them. I don't know why people are still glazing MrBeast at this point. Rosanna Pansino tweets, major crew member injury in the set of Beast Games. I can also confirm there are more not yet reported contestant injuries as well from the Toronto Beast Game shoot.
Spin your passion into a business with Shopify.
Bro. Come on.
And break sales records with the world's...
This information comes only days after reports of not enough safety measures on the Toronto Beast Game set. Dogpack in the replies, a 6x6-foot piece of the cement tower fell on a crew member a week ago and is still in the hospital.
Damn.
I hope they make a full recovery and get a massive settlement check. That is terrifying. And Dogpack has attached a couple images here of the supposed tower, it seems. I mean, if this is falling on you, this is gonna hurt, all right? Obviously. If it was cement, the person would be dead. Depends on the height it fell. Could also be one of the square number things, whatever those are made of, but the tower appears to be 95% cement, which is what CBC reported. Either way, something heavy enough to hospitalize someone for over a week. Yeah, that is absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Nobody should be working with MrBeast unless he gets his safety in gear, in my opinion. Now, Rosanna also points out that a lot of the reporting is being actually referenced in these actual lawsuits, which is absolutely insane. Someone pointed out to me that some of my coverage of Beast Games and MrBeast was referenced 3 times in the new lawsuit against MrBeast and Amazon. That's why it's important to use your voice and speak up. The people that came to me were scared because of their NDAs, but now their stories can be heard. This is also why certain people always try to silence you. They don't want the truth getting out. And we got some of her videos actually linked there, which is actually insane. By the way, I don't know if I'm actually mentioned in this lawsuit. I am not going through the 54 pages to find out, but yeah, if you find something, let me know. Okay, so what's gonna happen with the lawsuit? My guess is, unfortunately, they're going up against MrBeast and Amazon, 2 bajillionaire corporations. I don't know how much the 5 contestants can afford in legal fees, or if other people are gonna be joining this lawsuit, if that's even possible, but they might just get buried in money trouble before any resolutions. But maybe, depending on what they can prove, they can actually win millions of dollars from MrBeast as well. And it would be very hard for MrBeast to continue his Amazon show as well. But this is a crazy turn of events, because we all thought that MrBeast would be trying to sue Dogpack for defamation, but the first lawsuit was actually against MrBeast. Seems like the cease and desist sent to Dogpack was seemingly just an intimidation tactic, because nothing actually happened, despite Dogpack explicitly violating the conditions laid out by MrBeast that, hey, you better take down everything or I'm going to sue you, but nothing actually happened. So I'm guessing they didn't think they could win the defamation lawsuit. Anyways, we got to move on to the Lunchly situation and MrBeast, KSI, and Logan Paul's separate responses to Dan TDM. Spoiler alert, they all failed absolutely miserably. Everybody is still on Dan TDM's side, and I will be individually rating each response in this video. And honestly, in my opinion, all 3 of them have completely destroyed their reputation, at least among adults, okay? Obviously, kids are still going to watch them.
Well, we know Logan Paul. He doesn't have a good reputation to begin with. I don't know why anybody's working with him. KSI, I don't know nothing about him, and I don't like him. Purely because his content is boring as fuck. Personally, I think. MrBeast is the only one here that is even remotely fucking, I feel like, trustworthy, and even then, now he's not even trustworthy. This is just a bad fucking mix, to be honest with you. I mean, what do you expect? The fuck, you got like 3 of the like top 250 creators on fucking YouTube. I don't know, bro. It seems like whoever's at the top is corrupt.
them, but anybody who has a sense of morals or any parents that are watching are probably not going to let their kids watch these people anymore. So here we have Dan's original tweet, just a recap in case you missed the previous video. Okay, so here we have KSI's first response saying, looks like crap to me.
Yeah, because it's shit like this, bro.
Pictures of Dan TDM products. We got a U2's, we got a diamond pickaxe because Dan's like a Minecraft guy. KSI actually got community noted. Not only has KSI also worked for them before, the CEO of U2's, Austin Long, got his start by managing the Sidemen and was an executive producer on their YouTube Red show. So he's literally buddy with the U2's guy, yet calling his own product crap. That is absolutely hilarious. Here's what people...
Right, that's why I don't like KSI, because some of the shit he does doesn't make any sense to me. That, and because he has a... I don't like his attitude, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I hate his fucking attitude. I hate the way he acts, bro. I just want to fucking... Ooh, I want to hit him with a fucking 20-inch brick, bro, or something. I want to hit him with a goddamn 6-foot by 6-foot tower.
Saying, and if you notice, he got absolutely ratioed 20k likes and the first reply already 40k. With all due respect, bro, you have a YouTube's too, calling out the hypocrisy. And I'm not the one complaining and crying on Twitter, though. Lol, 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 lol. You missed the point. Beefing Dan TDM is crazy. You wish you could make merch this good. You thought you cooked with this. Community notes, laughing. Ratio plus respect Dan TDM. Comparing a combo meal of a drink that falsely advertises its ability to hydrate and highly processed snacks to a toy for kids to play. Okay.
Right, isn't Prime a fucking energy drink? Isn't that what it is? Doesn't it have like a shit ton of caffeine in that? That shit is not healthy. That shit's like a fucking... Like, what were you trying to target with this, bro? Like, what were you trying to fucking do here? Like, you got a fucking candy bar for kids, then you got an energy drink for like fucking teenagers or something. And then you got a goddamn pizza that's the size of a goddamn quarter in there. It's a piece of shit product, if you ask me. I would never buy it. Fuck you. I'm not giving in.
Basically the problem is people respect Dan TDM about 100 times more than they respect KSI. Because Dan is a wholesome guy. You can always tell that he means well, right? He's just trying to help people out. And basically, he recently became a dad, which is why he's probably speaking out about unhealthy food for kids, because he's probably passionate about it now and wants his child to grow up, you know, big and strong. Meanwhile, KSI is an absolute clown, right? He's entertaining for sure, but he's literally, allegedly, according to CoffeeZilla, a crypto scammer, you know, taking money from his own audience and
So MrBeast is working with 2 crypto scammers. Nice.
viewers for his own personal gain. His biggest business partner and apparently best friend now is Logan Paul, the freaking Japan Forest guy who has also done multiple crypto scams. Logan even admitted it and then apologized to CoffeeZilla and then retracted that, deleted it, and tried to sue CoffeeZilla for exposing him, pretending that nothing bad happened. So pretty much nobody respects these people other than kids. I've actually watched KSI for years because, you know, the Sidemen group as a whole, the 7 people in there, are really funny and entertaining, but I don't really look to them for morals, and neither should you. They're just like a TV show to me, pretty much. Now, it turns out KSI was so salty that he made a follow-up tweet digging up a Dan TDM video from 10 years ago. Ain't no way. But he was talking about food, JJ. But he was sponsored, then promoted, and made a whole video on Munch Pack, a monthly sub box full of food and candy, to his Minecraft audience full of kids. Now what? Now, KSI really thought he owned with this, right? We got Meet Our Bestsellers, right? We got original Munch Packs, and we got Dan TDM promoting it in a video, holding a packet of chips. Now, unfortunately for KSI, he got ratioed again to 12k likes, 17k, 38k, 8k. Insane levels of reaching to sell slop to kids. Bro, I'll be honest, your shit just sucks, and people like Dan TDM more than you, Lamau. Squiddy is a Dan TDM friend here and a fellow YouTuber. It's a one-off sponsored video, plus he isn't claiming candy is healthy in the video. You guys own the company and actively claiming it's a healthy lunch alternative. That's where the problems are. I think anybody with the brain cell can see the difference between a one-off sponsored video and literally owning the whole thing.
Literally couldn't be more well said.
Owner of a company, not sure that's the same thing. The PR team saying that's classic. You of all people should not be talking about what people did in their past. And I will say KSI's past, like if you go 10 years back like you're doing with Dan TDM, KSI's past is absolutely crazy. If we brought that on Twitter right now, dude would get canceled instantly, okay? It's just people have forgiven him because, you know, time has passed. Damn, JJ, money's changing you. Why is it so hard for you to take criticism without feeling someone is attacking you? Such a sad cope. Why is it so hard for you to take criticism without looking like a bitch? So here is the original video from Dan TDM. It's funny, not only is there a huge difference because one is a sponsorship and the other is an owner, but the sponsorship in question was a video from 9 years ago on a side channel called Trying Food from Around the World. Very relevant to the, you know...
Shit, bro. Top tier game right here, guys.
You know, sponsor or whatever. Absolutely crazy, by the way, that KSI thinks that that's actually comparable. Listen, in my opinion, Lunchly is probably going to be ultra-processed garbage that I wouldn't eat on my deathbed. Heck, it'll probably put me there, not gonna lie. That was a joke for legal reasons, alright? I rate KSI's response a 2 out of 10. Absolutely trash and petty. Moving on to Logan Paul's response. Logan Paul responds saying, I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version, you're upset, then don't eat it. Community noted instantly, Prime Hydration was filed for including lead on 3 separate occasions. Oh, commenting on Lunchables' lead findings will include a drink that is also known to have lead inside a metal pack is very hypocritical. I don't know how Logan ever opens his mouth regarding anything. This guy just gets bodied anytime he tries to make a point about anything, dude. Consumers Report urge USD to remove Lunchables from National School Lunch Program. Yes, replace it with your product. Amazing. You'll get 100 million kids of sales. Amazing. Listen, why would Dan TDM randomly talk about Lunchables? He was only talking about Lunchly because you're a fellow YouTuber and you're pretty much giving all of us other YouTubers a bad name, right? Now everybody thinks that we're money-hungry, soulless people who will sell out our audience for a quick buck. And not gonna lie, you guys definitely fit that description. And it's getting harder and harder to defend YouTubers every day. You know, I'd like to say that we're all just human beings, but it seems like YouTubers have just like crossed the spectrum. Like the second you cross, like, I don't know, what subscriber count, it's like your brain just goes into mush, dude. The worst part about all of this is that they're all literally bajillionaires who don't need money in the slightest. They have generational wealth and they're still trying to do this bullshit, greedy motherflipper stuff. Like, I will never understand this. Anyways, Logan's response gets a 1 out of 10. That's even worse than KSI somehow. Now the entirety of Twitter is just bodying them. POV the entirety of Gen Z when someone talks shit about Dan TDM, and we're just getting strapped here. A real man never speaks ill of Dan TDM. The classic blue-haired goat. Never speak on Dan TDM, and we got the wife's name out of your mouth clip. Girl, why are you beefing with Dan TDM? That's like YouTube Jesus. We got the Oompaville essay and responding to Logan Paul as well. Bro doesn't know anything about lead, nor did he read the article. If your argument is that my product is healthier because it doesn't contain as much lead, you are embarrassingly stupid. The lead contamination claim is in regard to CA's lead rules, which are...
I mean, let's be honest here, though. Lead isn't... There's been so many things with fucking lead in it, bro. I mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint this one exactly. Yeah, it's a bad thing, and it shouldn't be in food, but I'm not sure how it gets into food anyway. But if it's literally this big of a problem where I hear it almost at least lead in food at least 5 to 6 times a year, I assume it's something, it's hard to kind of filter it out, bro. I mean, I'm not defending Logan Paul in any way, slightest shape or form, but shit, it does sound like it's kind of hard to fucking keep lead out of food. I don't know.
The strictest in the US, but it's the same for the EU. Lead is in everything and is impossible to avoid. Sweet potatoes, which are healthier than your shit Lunchable ripoff, contain nearly as much lead in puree than in those unhealthy Lunchables. We're talking about parts per billion. It's totally irrelevant and impossible to prevent the consumption of lead, cadmium, arsenic, and all things that are incredibly abundant on Earth. The important thing is mitigating exposure reasonably, not claiming your product is better for you because it may have less lead. Well, now, dark chocolate has so much lead in it, it's crazy how prevalent lead is. They aren't freaking putting lead in the product, you moron. This is so misleading. I wouldn't want this idiot anywhere near my product. Holy shit. Oompaville is going absolutely in. Oh my god. I think he's pretty passionate about this because Oompaville also has a candy company, and I guess he's a little more knowledgeable about selling food to his audience or something. If you actually want to improve people's lives and not just make money, make the product yourself and take actual responsibility instead of lying and making a fool of yourself on a daily basis. this and maybe let people know that your product is bad for them and they should consider whole food alternatives as often as possible. And this is a bad thing to market in mass to children without any kind of disclaimer or honesty. Aside from mine doesn't have lead, which I guarantee it does, it's simply not possible. So embarrassing. Okay, so I know some people might call Oompaville a hypocrite. Oh, you're selling candy as well, but I think Oompa explicitly always says that, hey, my candy is extremely unhealthy, don't freaking get it. Basically just get it as a treat, but predominantly eat healthy food and stuff like that. So I think he is a pretty...
I mean, well, you don't have to give everybody a disclaimer to let them know that it's unhealthy. I mean, look at it. It's fucking sour candy, bro. What do you expect it to be? A goddamn fucking bowl of salad? I mean, fuck. Use your head, bro. I feel like some people don't use their fucking heads these days.
Pretty good relationship with the audience. I think it's a different situation from the Logan Paul thing for sure, who's like, oh, my product is totally healthy, you know? Now, Jacksepticeye, the green-haired goat, has chimed in. You mess with Dan TDM, you mess with YouTube, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And then finally, we have MrBeast's response to the whole situation, pretending to be a good guy once again. Hey, guys, I actually care about the kids. That's why I will be giving them diabetes in middle school. Yes. Lunchables sells
actual fucking video.
People eat it. Our goal is to give people a better for you alternative to it. Our turkey meal, for example, is 80 less calories, 60% less sugar, more electrolytes. We use real cheese, they use cheese product, higher quality meat, etc. First off, if it's lunch, you're gonna need more than 200 calories for lunch, buddy. Like, if you're just cutting calories for no reason, that doesn't mean anything. That's only good for people who want to lose weight, not growing kids, dude. Second thing is 60% less sugar, but what did you replace the sugar with? Like, I assume it's gonna be equally sweet or more sweet, so it's probably gonna have one of those artificial products in there, which are under investigation for causing several issues. More electrolytes. Okay, so the layman's gonna be like, well, that's a good thing, but what specifically? Are you talking about sodium, potassium, magnesium? Like, are you talking about like actual hydration, or the bullshit Prime Energy drink that is actually horrible in hydration? We use real cheese, they use cheese product. This is the only sort of good thing here, if that is actually true and they do it. Higher quality meat, etc. I don't know what standards you're using here. Obviously, eating fresh chicken and broccoli is healthier, which if someone is going to eat a pre-made meal like this, which millions of people do, I think giving them a higher quality version at roughly the same price is a net good in my opinion, and that's why we launched Lunchly. Yes, that's why you did it. You just care about the kids, don't you, MrBeast? Not to earn another bajillion dollars with the...
I call bullshit on this because, one, like I said at the beginning of the video, I used to watch MrBeast and I've seen the shit that he does. Like back in the day, he used to make fun of kids for their intros on YouTube. So yeah, it's not a good take, buddy. It's not a good take. Fuck.
Perishable product. By the way, the reason...
And I don't know if he deleted those videos or not, but he was your typical fucking guy that would just call like these kids just fucking crazy ass names, like they could have mental disabilities and shit. And you know what he would say. I'm not gonna say it, but you know the shit that goes around. People fucking make fun of kids for with like...
MrBeast is so incessant on food, like burgers, Feastables, and Lunchly, because it's a product that you can buy over and over. For example, if I'm a YouTuber, I sell you guys merch, I sell you guys a t-shirt. Likely, you're gonna buy it one time and probably never again, because you have the shirt and, you know, you got the product. But if it's food, you buy it, you eat it. You buy it, you eat it. You buy it, you eat it forever and ever and ever. And especially if it's ultra-processed crap that tastes good, then you're obviously gonna get super hyper addicted to it, and you're gonna get a bajillion dollars. So him pretending like it's for the kids is so completely disingenuous. Not a single soul is actually buying this. Also,
like, this fucking candy bar was fine. I get it, but now you're trying to make a fucking grocery store chain. Like, just stop.
so we get economies of
Just launch a fucking couple t-shirts, a hat, sweater, some sweatpants, a fucking chocolate bar. Just call it a day, bro.
scale so we can get things cheaper. We will only be improving the product more and more. But by economies of scale, meaning 500 gigantic machines producing all the shit in a factory. Now, we'll give him props. At least he's trying to address the criticism directly. I give this a 3 out of 10. It is a still complete dogshit response and completely lying, obviously, but better than KSI and Logan for sure. We got Dogpack in the replies. Kids need more than 230 calories for lunch. Your product has processed garbage with no nutritional value. Now, address the allegations of running illegal lotteries, selling fake signatures, endangering contestants, and hiring and protecting predators. Cam Nuggets, we don't care. Still waiting to reply to the allegations. Albert, the Roblox YouTuber, is here. If you release this product, I will neck myself. MrBeast, you should feed children toxic waste and give me $10,000. Yes, what a good idea. Agreed, this is slightly less unhealthy. That's only if you take their word for it. I'm sure Lunchables will have their own like argument regarding it, but it's like selling organic cigarettes to smokers and calling it a positive impact.
Bro.
Yeah, like if you really cared about kids, you'd stick to your original promise.
Yeah, if you really cared about kids, you wouldn't be selling fucking cigarettes to them. Not natural spirits. Or whatever the fuck that shit is called.
Of, you know, trying to make healthy products. Okay, basically, if you're a concerned parent watching this, do not feed your kids Lunchables or Lunchly or any garbage if you truly care about them. Make them a sandwich. Set aside 5 minutes for your child. Put some chicken, put some veggies. They'll be 100 times healthier than any of this trash they're trying to feed your kids. If you want them living past 50, please take care of your kids. And don't listen to money-hungry influencers who mass produce this shit for no reason other than profit. MrBeast has literally said the only thing he cares about is YouTube and growing as big as possible. You know, he has this weird incessant need to take over the world and become the biggest of all time or something. So he'll pretty much do anything to get that way. Resident Pansino, lol, remember the last time you preached better for you candy and then quietly changed the formula to be much, much worse after you used it as one of your main selling points. Post the full nutritional facts and ingredients if they're so much better for you. Exactly. Who's to say MrBeast is not going to do that same shit with Feastables again? Oh my god, it's only 5 ingredients. Oh my god, it's so healthy. Quietly changes it to more sugar than his competitor product. Crazy. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we got a MrBeast law.
Yeah, I remember that. Isn't it like, this is kind of like one of those things with the fucking cornucopias, bro. Back in the day, they used to have fucking a cornucopia on the Fruit of the Loom t-shirt. It's not there. You can't tell me they didn't have that, because I know for a fucking fact they had the goddamn cornucopia with the fruit. Okay? About 2 years ago, I remember him talking about this shit was healthy as fuck, the Feastables bar. And now, like he just said, it has 30 grams of sugar in it. Don't go back and try to say that you didn't have a fucking time period where you were saying these fucking chocolate bars were actually healthy for us. They weren't.
Lawsuit and an all-out massive YouTuber brawl. Things are spicing up in the commentary community, and man, I'm running out of MrBeast PNGs and words. I'm sorry, guys. Any thumbnail title suggestions, please send it to me on like Instagram or...
I don't know, bro. That was wild. It was crazy. There's a lot of controversy around that. If you guys like this video, let me know what you guys think. Remember, stay tuned for the next one. We got some more shit cooking up in the labs. Give more Pegasus a subscribe and give him a like. Give me a like and subscribe. Comment in the video which video you guys want me to cover next. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.